as you step in the door, you can see that there's, hopefully you can see, that there is definitely water damage to the floor, or at least it's wet. You can see the difference in the color under there. We took out pretty much everything that was on the floor so far. But again, you can just see the amount of water damage we're dealing with. It even came into this area. My Catahoula is about 40 pounds and she stepped in that area and her foot went through. And then when I started looking at it and there's a beam there, when I'm pushing with my foot, I don't think you guys can see this, but it is flexing big time. And that water goes all the way around. Over by the AC unit, which I'll have to remove here shortly to get to all this. And then of course, we have the walls and everything. Took out all the 12 volt lighting. This is the AC stuff. We're contemplating fishing this over to the wall and then bringing it down the wall, because we're very seriously thinking about just going with a couch that covers that area and putting back the bed and all the storage that was there, leaving it open, putting the table and bench seating back in this area where it was, and again, just where the bench seating is, where it stops over here, we just put a back on it and then leave this wide open just to give a more spacious feeling. And because we don't necessarily need anything else. Up here, I found, oh man, I'm afraid to walk on this. Up here, it felt like this was really soft and moist. So is this. So I'm gonna pull those walls off. You can see where there's some molding. Looks like moisture molding to me. Again, I'm not a camper guy, so I'm kind of winging this whole thing. Wife and I both are just kind of, we're just gonna wing it, see what happens. Again, floor, you can see, maybe you can see, I don't know how well you can see, but where my foot is, you can see how light it is compared to this area. So the difference in the color, and it starts to get really dark and saturated through here, and you see it kind of go up near the water closet and under the tub. This big giant closed-in unit, great for storage. I mentioned that in the last video. However, we are thinking about removing it and kind of opening the area up with shelves and baskets. So whatever that takes. Hey, Quebec, Canada. Hey, Quebekies. I saw where somebody pulled their tub because it had the same kind of seating area, and they just put a pan instead. Looked really good, opened up a space and gave them a ton more room. Again, I will take all advice under advisement. If anybody wants to kind of share in their what they've learned from doing the same kind of stuff, I'm open to suggestions, and I appreciate anybody even attempting to help. So especially anybody that says, hey, this is what you might be able to do for your AC to make it work. It should run on 110, which I don't know if that's how that works, but